Linda and Shared Hope are also that and more, and I'm thankful for the Protected Innocence Challenge. And I think it's very, very important. We're going to continue fighting for a day when victims of trafficking receive the same services, the same support, the same, I think, dignity that all crime victims receive. As many of you know, right now I am working with House colleagues, Chris Smith, Ted Poe, even Carolyn Maloney, on, the list goes on. We've got probably now north of 175 co-sponsors on a bipartisan basis of the Allow States and Victims to Fight Online Sex Trafficking Act. FOSTA is what we're calling it. The goal is to empower, it's about what you all do. It's about empowering state and local prosecutors to disrupt the commercial sex industry and end the online exploitation of vulnerable children and adults. We are engaging right now and engaged with actively with the House Judiciary Committee. It's taken us some time, but we've got enough momentum, the support of our leadership, and we're working with the House Judiciary Committee and all stakeholders to create a very powerful, one-of-a-kind tool that state and local officials can use to shut down the hundreds of websites. Remember, this is not just Backpage. This is hundreds of websites that profit from the trafficking and the sexual exploitation in the United States. Shared Hope's support on this issue has been critical, and we hope that when Congress passes a bill that allows states to vigorously criminalize websites that facilitate online marketing and trafficking, the Protected Innocence Challenge in 2018 will address state progress on combating the online sex market. But this year, and I know you've got a panel coming up and such, so I want to give a real shout out to the challenges, I'll call it Section 5, which asks whether states prevent minors engaged in commercial sex acts from being charged with crimes, and if states provide a range of services and protections. I'm pleased to say that my Put Trafficking Victims First Act passed the House in May, and it asks states, compels them to provide comprehensive trauma-informed care for trafficking victims, and urges states to treat child sex trafficking victims as children in need of child protective services, and to serve them through the child welfare system, not the juvenile justice system. The bill also urged states to establish safe and effective emergency and long-term, there's a litany here, housing, education, vocational and job assistance and training, mentoring programs, language assistance, drug and substance abuse services, and legal services also. So I just want to applaud Shared Hope for your help in this effort and so many others, and for raising the bar on how we treat vulnerable children. We need to treat them not just as victims and not criminals, but as the children that they are. So I think you're going to be having a panel very soon with some victims to talk about this. Know that I've got your back. I am grateful for your support. You've always had mine. We're doing some big things, some cutting edge things right now in the space, especially on online trafficking and modern day sex slavery. As Linda said, this market has moved from the streets to the internet. And in the 20 years, in 1996 is when the Communications Decency Act and Section 230 were put forward. The authors, never intended for the internet to become a red light district. In fact, the CDA was there to protect the most vulnerable, and it has been poorly interpreted by the courts. They have asked us to step into this space and to legislate, not litigate, to make clear what congressional intent is. And we're going to do that. And we're going to go a step farther to make sure that the Backpage.coms, but the hundreds of other sites, Massage Troll, Eros, I could go on and on. I spent a lot of time with district's attorneys. The Department of Justice is reviewing our new amended piece of legislation now, but we're going to make sure that we've got a piece of legislation with teeth that's actually going to allow DAs and prosecutors to shut down these online predators that are exploiting our women, our children, our boys, our young men. So I thank Shared Hope for their leadership and their foresight and the work that you're doing, the most important work at the state and local level. So I thank you. I look forward to partnering with you in the future. And congratulations to you, Linda, and to all of you for being here. Thank you so much.